plumber with only 12 reviews is outranking a competitor with 2,800 reviews in Houston right now. How? By using this simple Google Maps ranking system that takes just 30 minutes to set up with AI. Most local business owners think more reviews equals higher rankings, but I'm about to show you why that's completely wrong and what actually gets you to rank #1 on Google Maps. And on this video, I'm going to show you how to get to #1 in Google Maps in just 30 days, even if you're brand new to SEO. You're going to discover how to properly set up your Google business profile to outrank competitors even if they have 10 times more reviews than you do. I'm going to reveal the exact website structure that Google awards for local rankings. And spoiler alert, it's not blogging like so many SEO experts tell you. You're not going to believe what I found when I analyzed the title tags of 100 local business websites. It's shocking how easy they're making it for you to outrank them. And I'm going to give you the AI prompts that can do 80% of the work for you, the exact ones that we use at my agency. Let me start by telling you about a client of mine. They're getting over 80,000 monthly visits from Google Search, but almost none of them were local. At the time, they were following conventional SEO wisdom. They were writing blogs, building backlinks, and sure, they're getting traffic, but not the kind they wanted. They owned a LASIK eye surgery center in downtown Chicago, inside the Loop, but despite all of that website search traffic, barely any of it was from people who lived in Chicago. Talk about wasted effort. So here's what their local rank position looked like for their target keyword before they hired my agency. Now, do you see all those spots with position 4 or higher? For local, position 4 is the first position on the second page, which might as well be invisible. No one goes to page 2. Now, there's plenty of ranking out in Lake Michigan for some reason, and a tiny bit close to their address and on the south side, but nothing in the neighborhoods where their customers actually lived. So, we completely restructured their website using the exact system I'm about to share with you. And here's what that local ranking map looks like now. Green dots everywhere, a dramatic improvement in local rankings, and, more importantly, a massive increase in calls from actual potential customers in Chicago. So this is why you need a completely different approach for local SEO success. And I'm going to break it down for you step by step. By the end, you're going to understand why the system works in over 90% of local markets and why those seemingly successful competitors with thousands of reviews still can't crack the top 3 positions. Okay, let's start with the foundation of local SEO success, your Google Business Profile, or GBP. The first thing that we need to understand is that the goal of any local engagement is to rank the GBP, not the website, not the URLs, but the Google Business Profile itself. Every URL on a local business website exists to help the GBP rank higher. This is critical to understand because it will change your entire approach to local SEO. And that is where most local businesses make a massive mistake right from the start. They choose one primary category, like plumber, and call it a day. But Google allows you to choose up to 10 categories. If you're only using one, you're leaving money on the table. You really should target at least 4 or 5 categories on your GBP, not just the primary one. So if you're a plumber, you might also add relevant GBP secondary categories like drainage service, gas installation service, and heating contractor as secondary categories. Next, I want you to list at least 30 services on your GBP. Most local businesses have 0 service listed, or maybe just a handful. But by listing 30 or more, you're telling Google exactly what you do and for which searches they should show your business. Now, if you don't know what services to add, no problem. Here's a simple AI prompt you can use. You are a local SEO expert. What services should be added to a Google Business Profile for a plumber in Houston? Please be specific and list at least 30 services, but feel free to list additional ones. Each service should be specific offerings and not broad categories. Also, include variations of services that might have different names but are commonly searched for by my target customers. And finally, fill out absolutely every single box in the GBP. Every single box. Your business description, the services that we talked about, the Q&A, the posts, the photos, everything. And speaking of posts, the goal should really be to regularly post on the GBP once a week or so. So schedule 52 posts to go live once a week, and then you'll be good for an entire year. Now, we have an AI prompt to write 52 posts all at once with AI. I'd read it, but it's over 400 words, so you don't want to sit through that. It is available for copy-paste if you join my Skool community, link in the description. Anyway, with all these steps combined, this entire process of optimizing your GBP should take you about a half hour, including getting your 52 posts all scheduled. And this step alone will put you ahead of 90% of your local competition. But we're just getting started. Now wait until you see how we structure the website. This is where it gets really interesting. I analyzed 100 local business websites last month, and I was shocked by what I found. I'm going to share that with you next. Now, let's talk about why blogging alone just doesn't work for local SEO. So many local businesses hire SEO experts who post a blog every week for years. And sure, if you're consistent and source quality links, this can work for organic traffic, but it rarely generates actual local traffic to your Google Business Profile. Remember earlier when I said every URL exists to rank your Google Business Profile, and understanding that would change your entire approach? Here's why. The blog method is targeting keywords that don't have a map pack. It is as simple as that. We need to build a website structure that creates both topical and geographic relevance to rank your GBP. Now, here is exactly how. Start with your homepage. It should target the exact keyword phrase, primary GBP category, and city name. For example, Plumber Houston. This exact phrase needs to be in your title tag, your H1 tag, and it should be addressed immediately in the first sentence or two of your content. Now, here's the shocking thing I promised earlier. I analyzed 100 local business websites, and guess what the most common homepage title tag was? Home. That's it. Just home. Over 60% of local business websites had either home or their business name as the title tag. Now that's your competition. They're making it way too easy for you to come in and outrank them. So let me give you a concrete example. A plumber in Maumelle was struggling to rank. When I checked their website, their title tag was just welcome. We changed it so it included Plumber Maumelle, and within 2 weeks, they jumped from position 10.95 to position 3.03 in the map pack. That simple change doubled their calls. Now, I don't expect it to have that impact for everyone. Maumelle isn't exactly high competition for plumbers. Now, remember earlier when you added 4 or 5 GBP categories. I want you to use each of those secondary categories as H2 tags on your homepage. Under each one of those H2 tags, write a few hundred words about that secondary category. Next, create a new detailed page for each secondary category. Your target keyword for each one of those is going to be secondary category city name. For example, Drainage Service Houston. Use exact match keywords in the title tag and the H1 tag. Now, add a link from each homepage paragraph to its corresponding detailed page about that secondary category. This creates what I think of as link relevance, telling Google exactly what each page is about. Then, choose the most relevant services from your GBP for the secondary category. Use each service as an H2 tag and write a few hundred words about that service. And finally, you probably can guess this one coming, create a new page targeting the keyword service city name for every single service. For example, Water Heater Installation Houston. Add links from each secondary category page to its corresponding service pages. When you're done with all of this, you're going to have around 40 pages on your local website, each of them using the target city name and together giving Google a massive amount of relevance, comprehensiveness, and authority. This is how you build trust with Google's algorithm, which after all is just math. And don't worry about writing all of this content manually. I have a single AI prompt that can handle all of this for you. I'll show it on the screen now. You can grab this in my Skool community, link in the description. Remember when I said that this system works in 90% of local markets? Here's a perfect example. We had a plumber client in Plano. They've been trying to rank for years with blogging before they hired us. And here's what their rank looked like when we started this system. Now, after implementing this exact structure, they went from position 18 to position 2 in 4 weeks. And yes, we cranked out a lot of content to make that site structure happen in just that first month. Okay, now that your website structure is set up, you're going to need to address the trust factor with Google. Without this next step, Google would likely view all of your shiny new AI-generated, human-edited content as low quality, even if it isn't. So what's the solution to this? It's external validation. You need to source quality external links to each URL you created. These links act as votes of confidence that tell Google your content is valuable. When Google's algorithm sees quality websites linking to your pages, it immediately increases the perceived value of your content. This is especially important when using AI to help you generate content faster. For local businesses, you don't need hundreds of links. A few strategic, high-quality local links will do more for you than countless low-quality links. The absolute best link for local businesses, your local Chamber of Commerce. A Chamber of Commerce link is going to cost $200 or $300 per year in most cities, but that single link is going to provide more local authority than almost anything else you can do. This is because Google, rightly so, recognizes chambers of commerce as local authority sites. Now, if you can join multiple chambers in your region, even better. Each one adds another layer of local validation to your site. Beyond chambers of commerce, look for local sponsorship opportunities, youth sports teams, community events, or local charities. These links not only help your SEO, but they also build genuine community connections. For a new local website, even just 5 to 10 quality local links across your site can make a dramatic difference in rankings. This approach works in about 90% of local markets because most competitors are either doing nothing or pursuing the wrong strategy with random blog posts. Now, let me give you a timeline and break it down how my agency implements this in 30 days for a new client. Okay, first, days 1 through 3, access and GBP optimization. It can sometimes take time to get access to everything, but once you get access to the site and the GBP, start by fully optimizing it. Add those 4 to 5 categories, 30 services, fill out every box, and schedule 52 weekly posts. This should take a half hour with AI's help. Now, after that, days 4 through 10, it's time to set up the website structure. Map out your entire website structure based on the GBP categories and services. Create your sitemap with the homepage, category pages, and service pages. Set up all the URLs and prepare the skeleton of your site. And use AI based on the site's existing content. Days 11 through 20, now it's time for content creation. We're going to use AI to generate content for all the pages, following the structure we discussed earlier. Review each page, add personal touches, and make sure everything reads naturally. Focus on optimizing title tags, H1s, H2s, and the internal linking structure. Make sure you add images. Client images are best, but AI ones work also. Days 21 through 25, external validation. Join your local Chamber of Commerce, set up citations, and begin acquiring additional quality local links. Submit your sitemap to Google Search Console so Google knows about all of your new pages. And finally, days 26 through 30, technical optimization. Add schema markup to your website. Google has a free testing tool for this. Optimize images, check mobile responsiveness, and ensure your site loads quickly. Now, by day 30, Google will have crawled your new structure, indexed your new content, and recognized the external validation factors. That's when you'll start to see movement in rankings. Now, I do want to set realistic expectations. Will we be number 1 by day 30 in every market? Not always, but in markets with under 500,000 people, you will often be in the top 3 within just 30 days following the system. For larger markets, it might take longer to reach the top 3, and you probably will need more content and more external validation. The key is that this system works because most of your competitors aren't doing it right. They're focusing on the wrong metrics or using outdated strategies. When you implement this complete system, you're playing a different game than they are, the game that Google wants you to be playing. So now you know exactly how to rank any local business at the top of Google Maps in just 30 days. You have the GBP optimization strategy, the website structure blueprint, content creation shortcuts, and the external validation factors. This system works because it gives Google exactly what it's looking for: topical relevance, geographical relevance, and trust signals, all working together to boost your Google business profile. Now, I've personally used this system to rank local businesses in over 50 different markets, from small towns to major cities, with a success rate above 90%. Even in competitive markets like Chicago, we've gotten businesses into the top 3 by following this exact blueprint. But here's the thing. What if you don't have any local clients to apply the system for? Having the best ranking strategy in the world doesn't help you if you don't have any businesses to implement it for. That's why I created this next video right here where I show you the exact Facebook ad campaign my agency used to land 30 clients in 30 days. I'm going to give you everything: the targeting, the ad copy, and the images. Click the video on the screen now to see how to fill up your client roster with businesses ready for your Google Maps ranking expertise.